YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am Asada, for those of you that don't know. Just a little bit of announcements before we get into this video. This video is a story time video, so I'm really excited about that. But I just want to let you guys know that I am officially an author of a devotionals for women for right now, but I will be doing devotionals for both women and men. But right now it's a 10-day devotional for women. It is coming out on Amazon Kindle on December 22nd, but right now it is available for pre-order, so I will be posting the link in the description below. I would love for you guys to follow me on my social media, on my TikTok, which is kings_child25, my Instagram, which is kings_child24, my Facebook, which is Asada Murray. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so here we are. This is a story time of when I gave birth to Eli. Now Eli was born 5 weeks early. He was born prematurely. So the events, I remember it so vividly about everything that happened that day that he was born. He was actually born on a Saturday at 9:45 in the morning. But that Friday night, around the Friday, the actual day, I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and like that's my normal walk or whatever. And I kid you guys not, I started feeling like these really intense period cramps. That's what it felt like. And but I had to like relax. So I went upstairs and I relaxed. I laid down. I drank my red raspberry leaf tea. I was on day 3, but I decided to kick it up a notch. So I was drinking it 3 times a day instead of my 2 times a day. So I was drinking it 3 times a day, and then I also did something different that I haven't done before. I was on my yoga ball, and I was doing stretches on my yoga ball while 35 weeks pregnant. And later that morning, maybe around 1 o'clock, 1:15, I was starving. So I told Lamar, I'm like, I am so hungry. For those of you who don't know who Lamar is, that's my husband. But yeah, I was like, I'm so starving, I want to eat. And he's like, no, everything is closed right now, so we can just eat in the morning, just go to sleep. So I'm like, all right, fine. I lay down. He just went to sleep. Everyone in the house was going to sleep. 1:30 hits, and I get this intense period cramp. It was crazy. So I couldn't lay down through it. I had to get up. So I stood up. I went to the bathroom. I like, maybe if I go pee, it'll feel better. So as soon as I sat on the toilet, my water broke. At that time, I didn't know that my water broke. All I knew was just a whole bunch of liquid rushed out of me, and I was bleeding. And by that time, it was the mucus plug. The mucus plug started coming out after my water broke. And it was just insane to me. Like, I called my mom. I was so nervous, and she was like, oh, call your doctor, let him know. And if when you let him know, then he'll be able to help you or whatever, or tell you to go to the hospital, or tell you to do whatever. She said if he doesn't call you back by like 2:45, sorry guys, I'm just relaxing because this story is a story, right? So I'm sorry. She's like, if he doesn't call you back by 2:45, just go to the hospital. So I was like, all right, no problem. So 3 o'clock comes along. He never called back. So I was like, you know what, Mom, can you come pick me up and take me to the hospital? Because nobody believed me. Like, my brother-in-law was supposed to take me to the hospital. He didn't believe me that I was in labor, and I knew I was, because right after that, every time I stood up, it kept gushing out. And I was wetting, like I was going through pads, and I was just like, this is crazy. And at that time, I started getting contractions, but they were breathable, they were talkable. I was able to talk through them and everything like that, so it wasn't like terrible. But they started to intensify right before my mom came in to get me. So she had came and got me, and then we're in the car on the way there to Belleville. Mind you, I live in Passaic. Belleville was like 15 minutes away, 16 minutes. The hospital was 16 minutes away. So she takes us to Claremont, and they're intensifying now, and now they're coming more. So as soon as we get to the hospital, I'm like, my water broke. They rushed me. Like, they sat me down in a wheelchair. grabbed our bags. They told me to register because I didn't even get a chance to register at the hospital. Like, that's how quick it was. I didn't get a chance to register because I was only 35 weeks. I still have 5 weeks to go. So my OBG never told me none of that stuff. I was not prepared, guys. So, and this is my first child. So anyways, I went or whatever. I was writing everything down while having contractions. They rushed me and my husband upstairs to the regular room because they were monitoring the baby's heartbeat and they were monitoring me. And we stayed there from 3 to maybe around like 4:30. The doctor finally came. Not my doctor, but a doctor came. He checked me. Girls, that was the most pain. When you have to keep getting checked, those girls who make it to 40 weeks and you know, like once you hit 37 weeks, you have to keep going. I commend you guys because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, honey. No. Like, he was checking me that one time and I felt like I was gonna die. I was screaming. It hurt so bad because I was getting a contraction at the same time. And I just kept getting them. The rest of my mucus plug fell out at the hospital. And then, like, I was literally pulling my hair out my head. And I commend my husband because he was so good. Like, I was yelling at him, cursing him out, eating ice chips and all of that stuff. But then after that, I was able to finally breathe. And he was like, okay, you're 4 centimeters, so we're getting you admitted. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in labor. And preterm labor. Yeah, he was premature. So then it's like 4:35 o'clock. I'm like, epidural. So they gave me an epidural. That was the easiest part of my labor. The easiest part of my labor, literally. Like, I was getting a contraction as he was putting the needle in my back, so I didn't even feel the needle. And I'm just sitting here trying so hard to focus on not moving through this contraction. And it was just like this. Then I was finally fine. I took a nap for an hour, maybe around like 6. I went to sleep. I woke up around 7:30 maybe. And the doctor came to give me a catheter. And she checked me again and she was like, you're 10 centimeters. You're 10 centimeters. So I literally waited. It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock when she said I was 10 centimeters. Then she was like, all right, we're going to call your OBG. He never came. His partner came. And then I kept feeling pressure. Like, the baby was coming. He was coming. Like, it was just so much pressure. And that pressure was painful too. People don't talk about that. But that pressure, that's painful too. It's not only the contractions. That's a painful pressure. I was under the impression that all of the pain will go away once I got the epidural. Forget it. That pressure was serious. So the baby was coming. And then like around 8:30, she came in. Because I kept calling them. I'm like, it's so much pressure. She checked again. Eli was like right there. He was ready to come. So then around 9 o'clock, I start pushing. And I took 13 pushes. And she was like, push, push. I was like, I am pushing. And she's just like, you're making a face as you're pushing, but you're not pushing. I'm like, I'm pushing. But the thing is, I had that epidural, so I couldn't feel it. But I felt it. You feel me? Like, you feel the pressure, but you can't feel the pain. You know, but it's still some pain. And the ring of fire. The ring of fire is something serious. It hurt so much. That traumatized me. And like, when his head was like peaking, oh, that was so much pain. And then you have to wait for a contraction to push. So I was waiting and whatever. And he was coming. And then finally, like, I was just crying and gagging and crying and gagging because I didn't eat, so I couldn't throw up anything. So like, as I was doing all of that, he finally was like peeking through. I felt his head pop. Once his head popped out, I was relieved. All the pain just left. Then I had to push his body out, and that was easy. He came out 1, 2, 3. Then I delivered the placenta 1, 2, 3. And I had my baby, and I was just crying, but they had to rush him away to the NICU. That's another story time. So if you guys want to hear that story time, comment and share this video. And trust me, I will do a NICU story time because that was a journey too. But thank you guys for listening to my birth story. I really love and appreciate all of you guys. A little bit more announcements here. I am gonna put my Cash App in the description for anyone who feels led to donate to me publishing my, like, getting paperbacks for my devotional, because at the end of the devotional there is a chapter from my memoir that's coming out sometime next year. I don't know the date for sure because I haven't released it yet, or I haven't even picked a date that I want to release it yet. So honestly, it's a chapter. It's a good chapter. I think you guys are gonna want to read it, and I just would really love and appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, comment, like, share, and you know, join the family. We are gonna be doing a married family channel as well, so you guys can look out for videos with the married family, videos, you know, on motherhood, fatherhood. Even we even gonna throw in some vlogs, and we're gonna throw in reaction videos. We're just all around family. But I am keeping my personal channel. This is my personal channel where I will talk about God and motherhood, and maybe throw some vlogs in there as bonuses for you guys, and also talk about, you know, my entrepreneurship, which is my books. And, you know, we do have a record label as well with my husband. He's the CEO of Bars from Above record label. So maybe I'll be putting some music out from them, from the artists, so you guys can like hear them. I'll probably do interviews with them, you know, on my channel. But guys, once again, I'm going to put my cash app. You don't have to donate. This is if you feel led, or if you want to donate to me being able to get my books printed so that I can have paper copies of my books, as well as the Kindle. So it's still going to be on Kindle. It's $4.99 for pre-order, and also for when it drops on the 22nd. And guys, I thank you so much, and I really appreciate you being a part of my family. I love you guys. Until later, bye.